Unit 4, Iteration, Topic 4.1, While Loops. We will spend this video looking at standard algorithms. There are standard algorithms used to identify if an integer is or is not evenly divisible by another integer. The modulus operator will help us identify if an integer is evenly divisible by another integer. Any integer modulus 2 that results in 0 is an even value. Any integer modulus 2 that results in 1 is an odd value. Any integer modulus another integer that results in 0 is considered to be evenly divisible by that integer. In this case, x is evenly divisible by 3, y is evenly divisible by 12, and z is evenly divisible by 27. In this example, I want to display only the integers evenly divisible by 3. Notice the use of an if statement within the while loop to accomplish this. Another standard algorithm can be used to identify the individual digits in an integer. The combination of modulus 10 and divide by 10 can help us do this. Modulus 10 accesses the last integer in a number. Divide by 10 removes the last integer in a number. Pause to observe this program and what it outputs. What might its trace table look like? Another standard algorithm can be used to determine the frequency with which a specific criterion is met. We will develop these algorithms when we get to strings, arrays, and array lists. Let's try solving this exercise. If you have $200 in a bank account that earns 10% interest per year, how many years would it take for your account to have at least $1,000? Write a code segment using a while loop to calculate and display the number of years it would take to reach your goal. Think about the values you want to keep track of and the variables needed to store them. You want to keep track of the number of years and the total amount of money you have. What's the condition you want to consider? When do you want your loop to stop? Isn't it when you reach $1,000? How do you want the total value to change, and how can you update the number of years? Here's one way you could set it up. It's helpful to display meaningful information for you to see how your machine is executing the code. The answer is that it would take 17 years to reach $1,000 with an interest rate of 10%. There are standard algorithms to determine a minimum or maximum value. We will develop these algorithms when we get to arrays and array lists. There are other standard algorithms used to compute a sum, average, or mode. In this exercise, we are asked to find the sum of the individual digits of a multi-digit integer. What tools in Java do we have that can be used to solve this problem? Using modulus 10 gives me access to the last digit. Using divide by 10 eliminates the last digit. Using a while loop lets me repeat the process multiple times. Let's put those pieces together. Let's start by initializing a variable that will store the multi-digit number 5384. Initialize another variable that will store the sum of each individual digit to 0. What process do you want repeated? You will want to access the last digit and add it to the sum until there are no more digits left. You could set up a while loop with the following Boolean expression. Here is one way you could represent accessing the last digit and adding it to the sum until there are no more digits left. Notice how num is updated. Executing a return statement inside an iteration statement will halt the loop and exit the method or constructor. Try this challenge out in CodeHS Sandbox.